everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I just want to come to you and do a continuation of our journal that we're working on. I am sitting here working on stuff. I thought I was recording, and it wasn't, so I'm going to kind of show you some of the things I've been doing, how I've been doing it with the journal. First off, we ended up last time with sewing in our signatures and then putting the lace on the side. And I showed you how we kind of picked out our pages and put them in and got them ready to put in. That is all in the playlist, so you should be able to watch part 1 and part 2. Part 1 was making the cover. And kind of showing you the pages that we're going to use. Okay, so this time we are going to be adding pockets and tucks and fun stuff like that. We're not really going to be making any ephemera because I don't go page by page and then finish a page and make ephemera to put in it. What I do is I make things and then I put them in later a lot of times because I know it'll go because I'm using, all these elements. And it's kind of the same way I do my pockets and tucks and things like that. I just go throughout my journal and add different things, and then I put the ephemera in later. And that's kind of how I do it when I add my pages in before I decorate it. And even when I'm going through and I do a journal where I decorate it before I sew my journal together, I still do it kind of the same way. I really just kind of ad-lib it and go as I, just do a little as I go. Okay, so anyway, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I think I ended up doing just a couple things in here without it recording, and I'll go over what I did. None of it's real rocket science, but I did want to talk about the fact that whenever I make a journal, I've already cut out a piece here, but this is from My Porch Prints, and I cut this out just to add some extra ephemera. It kind of helps you a little bit. Also, I use a lot of these things as elements in my journal, like pockets and tucks and things like that. And I like to do that because I do think it gives you a little bit more character in your journal, to have things other than just that digital in there. Have things that maybe go with it but don't match 100%. The other thing that I do is whenever I have pages like this, for instance, that's messed up or whatever, I hardly ever throw those away because you still have a good portion of the page that's good. And like this, for instance, I will make an envelope out of this and use it in the journal. This is an extra page that I did too many of. So what I would do with that is maybe make some journaling cards or something out of it. So I don't throw those away. Also, I did want to show you these real quick, just in case you decide you want to get them. I know I like to see when other people buy things what it looks like. So, and this is Daisy and Sunflower and Daisy, something on My Porch Prints on Etsy. Just go to My Porch Prints on Etsy and you'll be able to find it. And anyway, I do use a lot of this stuff because I will end up, just adding extra elements to a journal. The other thing that I like to use is I will take just maybe some scrapbook paper pieces that I may want to use as pockets or tucks or things like that. Let me go back through here and grab a few things. I also I like to use things like paper bags. I have some coffee dyed envelopes that I would decorate up. maybe some cards, some little glassine bags. This is a printout of some farm equipment. Maybe I might use that. Just different scrapbook papers that I think might look good in there. So that's just kind of the thing that I do, is I kind of look for things that are not directly from the kit itself. Here I have a couple of little bags that I bought. I believe I got these at Tuesday morning, but here's some different ones I have too. These are a little smaller, but those are fun to use, something like that, just for little places, little tucks, things like that. Little envelopes. I have little doilies here. Those are fun to use. Depending upon what you're doing, like here I have some burlap that has paper on the back, but I probably want to make a pocket out of that. I tend to use a little bit of vellum. I love using vellum in my journals. Here I have a bingo card. I might want to decorate that up. I've got a glassine bag that I have that I've coffee dyed that I would use. Here's a paper bag. I have an envelope here. This is just a piece of something that I got in the mail, and I thought, well, I think that'd be really cute to put that on a page. So I'll just look through my stuff. I may have another little envelope that I might want to attach. Anything that I can find that I think might look good, I will stick it in there and then work with it. Other things I like to use, I love to use Textiles a lot. Here's some ribbon, and even though this has wire in it, I would still use it. This could make a great little pocket on a page, something like that. The other thing is, a lot of times just plain ribbon, and then you can decorate it or stamp on it. That works really well. Another thing that I like to use is I just love using Textiles. You have to watch it though; it can get really bulky. So I'll cut up pieces of old tablecloth or doily. I've got some burlap here. I've got an old hanky, that's very vintage, because that could make a cool pocket. I've got different laces that I can put in there. Maybe I could cut a doily and put that in there, pieces of it. Some other little fabrics and linen. The other things that I like to use a lot, I love using different things. Like this is crepe paper. I mean, I could definitely see, sewing this and gathering it and putting it on the edge of a page. I have a coffee filter here. That'd make a great pocket. I'm pulling out the pocket stuff right now, so just so people can see it. I do have just a lot of different things that I have coffee dyed already. I have a lot of these journaling cards that I did. It'd be kind of fun to maybe use that on a page too, so we could decorate that up. Not just use it as a tag. And then I have, different things in here that I honestly, here's the things that I used, and I wiped up when I was spraying my daisies. I mean, you can put that on a pocket and that would look really cool. Maybe use some of the denim for a flip or a pocket. That would be fun. Okay. So those are the kind of things that I pull out and I use that make my journal look a little bit more just custom. So, so even though you're using a kit, you're still going to be using, other items. So anyway, let me show you some of the things that I did that you may not have known about. I think none of them are that earth-shattering. Okay, this came with the kit, and this is just a little pocket here. And all I did is fold the edges, and we'll find another one to use, okay? And just glued it here, and that made a little pocket. And I purposely, um, look for a page. Even though this is a decorated page, there wasn't that much going on over here, okay? So by putting that there, you're adding more to it. I just see how it looks. And then, for instance, you could have that, and end up having that there. I don't always worry too much about what I'm going to put in it as I do it. And I don't go from page to page. I'll flip through it and just kind of look. Like I skipped 2 pages, okay? I'm probably not going to put anything there. I'm probably not going to put anything there. This page, even though it is decorated, I don't know that I'm going to put anything there. I think I may just leave it. I don't know yet. I'm not sure, so I think I'm just going to leave it until I can think of something. But on the other page, what I did is I just took an element and cut it out and put a notch in it and then glued it, and this made a pocket on the other side, okay? And so that, to me, is a great way of making additional pockets. This, I took another element and I just put a notch out and glued it and just made a pocket right there, okay? So that's all you really need to do, and you start making, you'll be surprised how many little pockets and tucks. This I just did, and all I did is took this and tied a piece of twine around it and glued it down so it wouldn't come undone. And then I put glue around 3 sides, and I have a little pocket right there. So I can definitely just put something right there, okay? And it's cute. And mainly, this one, even though this page is very pretty, there was nothing going on over in this corner, so that allowed that to be in the background and this in the foreground. And you still get to see the pretty page, but you've made this cute little tuck spot right there, okay? I don't know, maybe we do something with this. We could, let's see. And I'm looking at the different elements that come with it and decide what we may want to do. We could put a little card in there. Let's see here. There's so many cute things that you could do. And I kind of, whenever I do this stuff, guys, I am always looking at how it looks on the page. It doesn't have to match perfectly, but I'm always kind of getting an idea of what might look good there. I don't know if I like that. I think that's kind of cute, but you can't really see it. It kind of falls away. So I might go through all of these journaling cards. I kind of sort of like that. And I may just look through the journaling cards and go, gee, I don't know. Do I want to put something over there? Because you could still have this writing in here and then tuck something right there. And let's see here. We could put this right there. That might look kind of cute, right? This is the little pocket that came with it. So if we fold down all the sides, and I'm really bad at folding these down. I don't know why. Okay, I didn't do that side very good, but here we go. Alright, so what I look at when I'm looking at these pages is I will just kind of get an idea. I don't know. See, maybe this would look better over here. I'm going to leave that until I can decide. That's what I do. this paper bag, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Look at this page here. It's just screaming for something right here, right? So maybe we just put that there. So this is the pocket I was going to put on the other page. But the other thing is I like to customize as much as I can when I'm doing my journal. So by that I mean adding elements beyond what you get. So I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put a little bit of my 3-in-1 glue. The way I usually do it is for fabric I put my 3-in-1 glue, and then for my paper to paper, I use my art glitter glue. I'm going to cut that. Okay. And just by putting just that little bit of lace there, okay, even though they had the faux lace there, I'm just making it a little bit more custom. Of course, you could do more than that. Okay, let me put that there. I kind of left this open a little bit too long, so it's getting a little clogged up. Alright, so I would put that down here because to me it just seems like it needs something down at the bottom. And it's not really just at the bottom. What will happen is then you'll have something tucked in right here, and this blank spot, you can have just something to make it, bring a little bit of character to that page. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there for a second and let it dry. Okay, so this one here, if I want to add something like I did to the other page, I don't have to do the whole page. What I could do is I could leave it as a writing space, but also make it a little tuck to put something in. So let's just say I do that, or let's see, what else can I do? I don't think that's the right size, is it? No. Let's do that. So all I do is I'm going to ink this up a little. I'm not going to do anything else to this. I'm going to ink this just to give it a little bit more character. Okay. And where'd my other ink thing go? I'm going to put a little bit more ink on here because it's going to show. Just a little bit, just to kind of not make it look so white. Right? And then I will just take this and I'm going to put it on this corner right here and here, and then it'll be a tuck spot. Okay? I could put something on top too. You know what? I may not do that. I think I have an idea. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work though. I'll wait on that. I'm thinking I wanted to cover it all up. So this is the copy of the farming equipment. So I'm going to cut this, and it's not exactly, straight, but I'm just trying to get an idea. So I think what I may do is I may put that on there, right? I'm going to have to use my cutter for that. Let's use the small one. And then that way, it'll be straight. So how much do I need to cut that? Not a lot. I don't know how I cut it straight 2 times. Oh, I see the top's very crooked. Okay, I don't know how much of this. I'm going to mark it right here. Let's see. All I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a little pocket, basically like an envelope. And, oh, is that part crooked? It is, so I'm going to straighten that out a little bit. Okay. Oh, still cut it crooked. Well, I don't know what I'm doing here. I must have been holding it crooked. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, so now I'm going to ink that up. Oh, just almost getting ready to stab myself with some scissors again, because that was way fun, let me tell you. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. I have been getting some stuff done around my house, and this weekend I worked on my son's house, and I did find my wallet because what happened is, oh, I guess I skipped that one. I'll just put it on this one then. Okay, so what I would do on this is I would just punch a little notch right here. And a lot of times I would leave that blank because it's, a good writing space. But I think this journal has a lot of writing space in it. So I wanted to add a few more tuck spots and things. So I'm just going to take my glitter glue and go on the 3 other sides. And this is printed on parchment paper. And I'm telling you, parchment paper is very strong and very sturdy, but not very thick. So it's really, I love using it for my pages. I love using it for elements. It works really well. If you don't want to add a lot of bulk, but you want it to be sturdy. Okay, so what that did is that added a little pocket here, almost like an envelope. Okay, and we have another one back here. Oh, okay, that was upside down. I bet I put it in upside down. Yes, I did. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I can't put that there. I'm going to have to put it on. That's what it was. I got confused. So I can put it there, but I put the notch the wrong way. So I'm going to have to put it on the other one. That goes right. Oh, that won't work either. Yeah, it will actually. It will work. Okay. So I'm actually putting it on the other side of the card because I put the notch the wrong way because I had the book upside down. That kind of stuff happens, guys. But that's alright. I'm still going to use this. And it will work fine over here. And I'll put something else on the other one. I am going to ink around the edges of that, though. Just because I like it that way. Okay. So that made our little pocket right there. And that's another thing too. I really do bounce around my book. Or my journal. I don't normally, I'll start going through page by page. But I don't very often, oh, that had a little bit of glue. We don't want that. Here we go. Get that glue off of there. Okay, so on this one, I could put the other piece of that, but I don't want to do that. I don't like things to all match. Let's see, what other one do I have to go in there? I have another piece that I thought looked good for something like that. That's too big. I could add that card. Another thing you can do, guys, is that when you have a piece that's like this, you can add things to it, okay? But I'm not going to do that on that. I'm just going to add, I just have to find something the right size that I like. Maybe that, I don't know. Okay, so this is one of the file folders that came with it. And that's the other thing, is you want to look at things in a way that, you know, look at things in different ways. So, for instance, I'm going to go ahead and mark around this. I just had my pencil. I wouldn't even go. See, this is what happens when I'm doing things. It gets very messy. So I'm going to go ahead and mark around this, so I know where to cut it. I didn't mean to do that, but here we go. So, and I will use my cutter because otherwise it'll be very crooked. Look at different elements, because you can reprint them. I mean, that's what's great about digitals, is that, you know, you're just, all you're doing is reprinting things, so you can print as many copies as you want, right? I'm going to go a little bit over because I know I cut the other one too much. All right, let's see where we end up. So you can see I just have this beautiful piece right here. Oh, I didn't do it enough. All right, let me measure. How about if I measure? I hate measuring. All right. So anyway, what you want to do is you definitely want to think outside the box as far as, you know, the different elements in your journal, because you can, let me see, so that is going to go this way. All right, is there a right way and a wrong way, guys? There's a lady's going that way. So which way would you put her? That way, probably, right? Okay. It has butterflies. How pretty, right? So then what I would do is, I think I'll put a notch on both. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it. Put a little bit of ink. I'll have to re-ink it in the notch, but. So I'm making this into a pocket. Make sure I'm doing it the right way. Yeah, okay. Right? So this is going to go right here. We're going to leave a little gap at the bottom so it turns. Okay. See, we have a tiny little gap, because otherwise it'll start folding and messing up on the edge. So what that does, I'm going to make a pocket right there. I'm really bad at eyeballing this. Oh, see, I didn't put it in the right spot. Let's see if I can go over a little bit more. Probably won't be able to tell the difference, but anyway, so then you do that, and you have now a little pocket, basically a little envelope, so you can put something in there. We'll put something in there, but Haven't decided yet. And then this one made a little pocket. Let's see. I'm just kind of flipping through here. Okay, so this is our envelope that we put in there. And you've got this side of it. Let me find the other side. And you'd be surprised when you start doing this. Just going through and doing those little things, you'll add so many pockets to it without doing much else. Where's the other side of it? Oh, here it is right here. So I'm going to put this over here because we're going to do something with that. Okay, so now that we have this right here, well, what do you do with it? I mean, I guess you could use it like that as a pocket, but it's really hard to get things out and in, sometimes from there. What I do is I cover up this side, okay? And then what I do is I basically after that is I make it, it'll make a little pocket in here. And you can actually make two. So let's see what I've got to work with. These tend to be not real big, so I don't know if they're going to work. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I could take another file folder and do that. I don't know if I want to do that though. Let me see if some of these other pages are bigger or other elements are bigger. Let's try that, or I can take this. Let's see what I got. And this is where I'll look through. Like, see, that could work. It's a pretty decent size. And the orientation is good. And of course you can resize things, so it doesn't really matter necessarily what size it is. I don't know. And the other thing I do is I look at things on the page and I decide, okay, so what's across from it? What would look good with it? I don't make the decision based on just will it fit or not. I'll look at stuff and just kind of go, okay, is that going to look good or is that going to look good? Because we have the bees over there, I'm thinking I have this paper here. I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with that. Okay. And then I think I'm going to put something on the other side. So check this out, guys. We're going to do this. Alright, so put that up here. Got so many things over here, I don't know if y'all can see anything. But this is usually how I roll, so I have a lot of things going on at one time. So I have not pre-planned when I do these, so I'm going to cut that right here. Okay, save that because I use it for something, right? Leave that down here. Leave some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so now, gosh, I just lost my page. I'm going to find it again. Where our envelope was. Here we go. That's that side. What about the other side? We're going to get back to it. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I will just take that and I'll put it over here and I'll cover it. Okay, and here's the way you make the other pocket though. Is you're going to cut the side of your envelope. You're going to just slit it. Now you could have done that before you put it in, but I never do. I just usually do it later. Okay. So now that I've done that, I'm going to have a pocket right here. But you're only going to put glue over here, okay? Not right here, otherwise you'll glue your pocket shut. So we're going to do that and put some glue. All right. Go right up to here. Oh, I was going to put a little bit of ink on the edges. I don't know that you're going to see it, but hey, I'm going to do it anyway. More of a habit than anything. Alright, so I'm going to put that right here and try and line it up. I think I did it the right size, so it should be not too hard. And I left a little bit at the edge so that you can turn the page. It's a little higher than it needs to be. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that's a little better. I've got a little bit of a white edge, but I can ink that. Not worried about it. Okay, so anyway, now we've done that, we're going to have our little pocket right here. Okay, so what I do at that point is I will go ahead and put a little notch in here. So that lets you know you have a pocket. Okay, now you can definitely decorate this, and I think it is crying out to be. So, you know, I'm doing this quickly, guys. You take your time with it, but you could definitely put something on there. And I know what I'm going to put, but I do know that it needs something, right? Don't you think? Definitely needs something. See, that looks good across from there. Let's see what else we have here. I'm just going through the stack of stuff that we have and moving fairly quickly, so I think I'll go ahead and use that. And you could definitely sew these things. You can add more things to them. But I'm moving quick just to kind of show you guys that it's not hard. You can move quickly. If you have everything already cut out, that's one thing I always do. So now what I've done is I've got a pocket over here, okay? And if you wanted to, you could have left this open and made another pocket, okay? So you could have had this not glued all the way in here and made another pocket, but I think one will be good. On this part, you can either leave it blank or you can decorate it, because you can definitely write on that. Right now, I'm going to leave it blank, and we'll see, okay? But that's what we've done with that envelope. We need to put a little more glue in there. And make sure that's glued down. You know, and you guys take your time with the stuff you're doing. So let's go to the other part of the envelope. Okay, so this part we have right here, and what are you going to do with that? Well, most of the time what I do is I take like a card like this, okay, and I will take it and I will put it like this, and then open it up on this end, and that gives me a whole nother spot to write on, to put things on, whatever it is that I might want to do, and then decorate. And we can decorate this now or we can decorate it later. I'm going to show you just basically how to utilize this, okay? And of course, you could use scrapbook paper, anything you want. I mean, it doesn't have to be a plain paper. This is just a copy dyed piece of cardstock that's been folded. So let's see what else I have that we could use. If that's wide enough, that would work. We could use that. Why don't we try that? And then we just have to decorate the other side. Okay, so we can put that in there. And that would be cute, right? So let's just fold that in half. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm going to glue this right here, okay, onto this side, right? And then we want to have an opening here, so then we're going to put this side right here, we're just going to glue and have a pocket. This is all going to become one. Let me do that first so you can actually just see what I'm doing. Alright. Actually, we probably should have done the other side, but it doesn't matter. Again, don't go too close to the bottom so you can turn it. And you just want to make sure whatever card or whatever you're putting in there is as wide as the envelope flap. Okay, the reason I said that is you have the glue side here, but unless it gets wet, it's not going to do anything. So you just glue one side like that, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're just going to glue this side and that side, okay? So we're going to go up like that, and then up like that. Okay. Okay, I'll make sure I don't go in too far so it can turn. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now that we have that in there, oh, I didn't put it on the edge. You need to put it right in the bottom, right there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Let me see if I can lift it up still. Okay, right under here on this edge too, not just the two sides. So you have to go back on the bottom and glue it. Okay, so just make sure you do that. If you forget to do it when you open this up, which we do next, okay, you can do it then. But here we go. All right, so there we go. And then I'm going to notch that. So again, we've made another little pocket. So we're making all kinds of pockets, and we haven't really added, that much stuff. So there we go. There's another one right there, so we can add something to that later, okay? We had that one that we did. Let's see what other things we have that we need to deal with. So you do have to, mess with those. The other thing is you've got these pages that are pockets because this is a bag. So you could put a large journaling card in there, all kinds of stuff. I'm not really going to do anything with that because it's already really a pocket. You can notch it to let people know that it's a pocket. Just do whatever it is that you want to do. We have another card here. I'm not going to do that now because you've seen me do enough of those, so you know that is, that's something that we would do. Now, this is something that I made that I thought we were rolling when I did it, but I'm going to make another one just so I can show you. And I'm sure a lot of people have probably already seen this, but let me pull this out if I can find it. Here we go. So here's just an envelope. That one was coffee dyed. This is not. So all you do is you're going to take it, and I always like to have this blank side here in case you want to use it to write on. Some people do it this way so that they can have a tuck spot right here. And, I guess why don't we do it this way, that way on this one so that you can see the difference, okay? So you're just going to fold it. however high you want the pocket to be. And a lot of that to me just determines where I'm going to have it on the page. And what I do is that I cut this, and that gives me another opening there. Okay, I just cut that really crooked. Alright, and then I'm going to cut on top because I want to have an opening up there. Okay. And if we're going to leave this open right here, then you want to glue just this portion right here. Okay. I always glue this right here. Now what you're going to do is, now if you're going to, decorate this portion, then this is probably maybe when you would do it. I don't normally do that. I just will put whatever it is I'm going to put in there. I'm not, because your tag from down here is going to decorate all of that. But it just depends on what you want to do. And then you're just going to take this on the two sides and you're going to go like that. Okay. And when you glue it down, you can glue it from here and here and here, and then you'll have a pocket behind there, a pocket in here, a pocket behind here, and a pocket there. I like to sew these because I pretty much just sew whatever's kind of bulky. So on this, what I might do is, let's see, I could decorate the front of it and just take some of my other elements, like, let's see, what do I have? That's too big. Okay, so remember that piece of paper that we saved? We could use that. I'm going to just kind of measure a little bit. How did I lose that pen so quick? I'm going to go right here. And I am just going to kind of do this, even though I never cut straight. Alright, so I'm just going to put that right there. Yep, I cut it really crooked, but that's alright. We'll be alright. We'll survive. Okay. Now, I could, and I might do that just for fun. Let me see. Let's take measuring. That's why everything I cut is so crooked. Okay, so what I could do, that is so crooked. Oh my gosh. Alright. Is I can put just glue here and here, which I'm going to do, I think. Put a little ink right there. Again, I'm doing it fast, so you guys take your time. So I'm just going to put glue right here and down here. And so then what I'll do is I will have and of course you can decorate this up a lot more. Let's see, I've got a little butterfly, but let's see what else I have that can go in there that would look kind of cute. Got lots of little things right here. That could go right there. I don't know if I like that there. I'll have to decide. I'll go through and look through my stuff. But anyway, guys, then you're going to have basically, you're going to have a pocket here, a pocket in the middle, right here, and then another pocket behind. You'll have another little pocket right here. You'll have a pocket here, and then you'll have a pocket here. And the way that you would put this on the page, which I'm not going to do yet because I'm probably going to decorate it a little bit more, but let's say you have, let's find us a page we might want to put that on. This would be a good page. So let's say you decide you want to put it on there. You're just going to glue here and here and here on the back, and that's how you would have that tuck spot there. So anyway, that's how you would do that kind of a pocket. Let's see, time-wise, we'll do another thing I like to do, so I can find my material. I love making things with material and fabric and stuff like that, and the reason I think the texture adds a lot. So let's just try this. Cut that. Since we have denim on the outside, I kind of want to bring it into different portions of it. And I'm going to try, here, I'm going to use different scissors. Those scissors do not cut that at all. And I have to do this on my own because I don't think my cutter would cut it very well. Boy, I am just really bad at cutting straight. All right, we're getting closer. This could be an all-day thing here. Okay. I'm just trying to get a basic rectangle here, guys. This is not rocket science, but anyway, I'm just incapable of doing it. Just fast forward. Anyway, so I would probably sew around this, but what I would do then is probably take another element. Like here I have some burlap. So let's just say I do that. Right? It's a little bit too shabby. Cut that down a little bit. Or I could put lace, whatever, whatever it is you think you want to put on there. And then, maybe glue that on or sew it on. And then perhaps maybe you want to, add a button or something like that. I tend to, whenever I use a piece of fabric, because fabric stretches, I always take a piece of cardstock, which I'm sure I have somewhere. Here we go. This is kind of ridiculous. Here we go. All right. So I just take some cardstock, and 9 out of 10 times I will back it with this because I like it to be stiff. At the very least, paper or something like that. That might be a little bit too thick. Let me see up here what I have. Just, when you're looking for something, you can never find it. Here we go. Here we go. All right. This is part of an envelope, but that's okay. I'm not using it, so. I just don't like it to stretch that much. And when you put it on paper, it won't do that. So I would just take this and glue it to something. I'll put it on my here. I think I just let this dry a little bit too much. So I'm going to glue it straight to that. I'm not making another pocket or anything. And I always use my 3-in-1 when I'm doing fabric. I just think it works better. So I'll put that down. And that's another thing. If you're having a hard time cutting your fabric straight, glue it down to something first and then cut it. Because 9 times out of 10 it'll work better. And then this I'm going to put on there with that. Okay. I'll put that like that. Okay, let me get my wipe here because it's going to make a mess, I know. And to get the extra glue off of there. And you know, that's kind of the same thing that you would do with any kind of lace or anything else that you would have. It works kind of the same way. And I know that's on there crooked, but I don't mind because that's not really, I'm not too worried about that. So I would just take that and see how I had a hard time cutting the fabric before straight because it stretches. It's a lot easier to do when it's on the paper. Even though I'm still not getting it. But I'm not really looking for perfection, so I'm good with that. Alright. Okay, so then I would take that, maybe I put a piece of lace here, a button. Let's just see what I have here. I have this. That could be really cute, for instance, right? And put that on there. I think a little bit too bulky. But you get the idea. That could go. I wouldn't add too many of those to your journal, but definitely a few of them in there would be really cute. Let's see. We have a page that it would look really fun on. See, that would look really cute, like right there. And so what I would do is I'd sew that, and then, you know, you'd have the sewing on the outside, and then just glue it down, and you have this cute little pocket. So, I mean, to me, it's always great to add some texture. Let's see. One of the things that I really love to do is to take a doily like this, and the doily itself doesn't make a great pocket, okay? You really have to put vellum or something on it, or even just paper, because it just tends to tear very easily. But vellum is really a lot stronger than you might think. So I'm going to take, I think I'll just use my 3-in-1. And I'm going to just take it, because it is, vellum is a little slippery, so a lot of times it just tends to stick a little bit better. And I'm going to do that, and then stick that on there. And you can definitely use clear vellum. I just happen to have this colored vellum, so it's kind of a gold color. I got a little on the front. I didn't want to. It'll dry clear. And then again, I pull up all the extra glue so it doesn't shine through. And of course, again, I'm doing this quickly, so you guys do it at the pace that you feel comfortable with. And then I just kind of fussy cut around it. I'm going to do this quicker because, you guys don't want to watch me do all that, but you just kind of fussy cut around it. And then I usually decorate the middle of the little doily. And if you have bigger doilies, you can do half a doily, or, you don't have to do the whole thing. In fact, a lot of times I do half a doily even on these small ones, and then make it a little pocket. Right, so there you go. So see how fast we did that? And it's super strong now. Now you can cut that in half and make it a pocket, or you can take it and put it on your page. Like, you could take it on this vellum page and even put it on there, and then tuck something in there. You could put it on here, and then I would maybe decorate the middle of that, and then you could just take it and then put glue on this side and that side and the bottom, and you have a pocket right there. Another thing is old Textiles make great pockets. This one here is part of a hanky, and I think I'd probably use the lace somewhere else, but I would definitely take that, and let's say, for instance, I would definitely put it on paper or something. Let's see if I can find something that would work good. Like here. So you could take that and then just glue it on and make a tuck spot, sew it around the edges, and you could have a double one. Let's just say we do that. Or how about, ooh, I know, I have an idea. I have this burlap. Let's just do it a double here, because I think that would be really pretty. Alright, do I want the burlap to show a little bit? Otherwise you don't even see it really. Okay, so let me cut that. But I don't want it to be super long, so I will cut it to be about right here. Okay, so then you can just take that and let's just glue it on. And this is where your 3-in-1 glue is your friend, because it does work, I think, really great on fabric. Okay, I think what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right at the top so you can barely see the burlap, and you can kind of see it peeking through. Okay, I'm going to stretch it out as far as I can. Alright, that one side went kind of crooked. Move it up a little bit. And that has a lot to do with just the lace and the way it goes. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to let that dry. Now I will sew this because I want it, I want the look of the sewing, and I also think it will hold it better, but you definitely do not have to. 3-in-1 is so strong that it will hold it. You don't have to sew it. Okay. Okay, so now after that, you can sew around the edges, and you have a double pocket. You'll have a pocket here and then a pocket behind there, because you'll glue it just on these edges. I would probably add maybe another piece of lace or something right here, and then maybe a focal point right there, and that would be a really, really cute pocket somewhere. Let's see, anywhere really. I mean, you could add it there, just anywhere in the whole journal. I mean, so anyway, guys, that is kind of just some very basic ideas. One of the things I love doing is I'll take a glassine bag and I'll, let's say, find a page, probably one that's not overly interesting, and I will just take it and then, well, gosh, these are all so pretty, it's hard. It's really hard to find pages. But you can just glue that down and decorate it. And go ahead, and a lot of times on these, I will leave the top open, glue these down, and then you'll have a pocket here and a pocket here, or you can glue it here, here, and here, and then have a side pocket. A lot of times on these, I do that because then this is kind of weak, and that makes a really cool pocket. In fact, I'll just do that just to show you, and I'll decorate it later, which I normally don't do. I usually decorate them before I put it down. I don't know if I want to put it on that one, though. Do I have another page? I have hardly any pages. These are so pretty that I can figure out where I want to put things, because I'll put it right there. Yeah, I'll do it right there. That'll work. Okay. But anyway, a lot of times I'll just take a coffee dyed. See, which side do we want the opening then? We want the opening over there. So, I don't want to do it upside down again. So you're just going to put your glue like that. You could definitely sew it. Okay. And that just makes a really cool pocket right there. I don't want to get too much glue. I think I put a little bit too much glue on there. But that will be, and I would definitely decorate the front. I'm just doing it quickly to show you. So then now you have a pocket right there, and then you have a pocket right there. So you can do a lot after you have your journal, and it does not take that long. You can have this thing pretty full in no time at all of pockets and tucks and all kinds of good stuff. Now, we haven't even done like the little tucks and all of that, and a flip and anything like that. Basically, a flip would be just, you can do it fabric, you can do it anything really, paper, but you're just going to take a piece of paper or a piece of fabric, and you're going to just basically cut it to where it fits. Like, for instance, let me just kind of do this a little bit. And you would just, I like to have something a little bit decorative up here. Down here, you can put several pieces, and you flip it open, and then you could still write in there or do whatever. But I'll do some more stuff with this, and then we'll go all of that. And I know I'm being very basic for a lot of you that have been doing junk journals for a while, but I've just had so many people that are new that really need some, start to finish kind of, well, this is how you do it, this is how you decorate. Of course, I'm not doing every page with you because, I don't know, that would make this series go like for, a couple months. So I'm not going to do that. And a lot of it is, up to you on how you want to do it. But this is some ideas of how you can decorate in your journal. We've done a lot in a very short period of time. So stay tuned, and the next time we'll do a little bit more of this and a little ephemera ideas on different ways you can make unique ephemera and make your journal look, custom to you, and something a little bit different, and something that I think you'd be proud of in a beginning journal. It's not complicated. It really, really isn't. So, okay guys, we will see